Hey everybody, this should be a pretty straightforward week. But before we get into this week's stuff, I do want to comment a little bit about last week's assignment, the one on autonomous vehicles and weapon systems. Most of you did a terrific job. I noticed a lot of you kind of forgot what the assignment was, and that didn't work so well. So please, when you're doing the weekly readings, follow the reading template. I want to make sure you're analyzing the arguments in the article, not giving me your opinion. So please, please, please do that. The template is up for each one of the assignments. It asks you to analyze the issues in the reading and the structures of the articles, how they're presented, and then give your opinion. So I really want to make sure you understand what's going on in the readings rather than just hearing you talk about the issues. Okay, that out of the way, this is a pretty straightforward week. This week we're doing dark patterns and ordinary ethical violations. The dark patterns material, it's pretty straightforward. What we're doing here is looking at the intersection of neuroscience and digital technologies to manipulate people. And this is obviously a greater and greater issue all the time and leads into a lot of what we've been seeing about fake news and Russian and other influence in advertising on Facebook and social media. This is just a simple look at these tools from the designer's side, mostly. Though, as users, when you look at these, you're going to recognize that you see a lot of this manipulative stuff all the time in emails, on websites, in games, everywhere. So what we're doing this week is just analyzing some of these dark patterns and how they work and how they manipulate people, and then asking the question for those of you who are designers, are you going to say yes when you're asked to do this or not? And this is a pretty straightforward ethical analysis. And it's in the slides towards the end where we just look at utilitarianism, deontology, and virtue ethics. And by all of those, this sort of manipulation is probably really bad. And yet it persists. And it persists because we don't want to get fired, right? Our bosses ask us to do this kind of stuff, and we're like, it kind of sucks, but hey, I like living indoors, so I'm going to do it. Hopefully what this class will do is give you all the tools to say, hey, look, this is against the code of ethics. It's a professional violation. People hate this stuff. And come on, it turns us into shitty people. So can we not do this? And maybe you will and maybe you won't, but at least it'll give you the tools and the language to be able to push back when you're asked to do crappy stuff. So again, fairly straightforward. What I'm interested in hearing from you some in the readings this week is, and in the discussions is, have you been asked to do these? For those of you who are designers, have you been asked to build any of these tools? And for users, how often do you see these and what's your reaction when you encounter them? Nice easy week. Please spend more of the time working on your term papers. And please, please, please get in touch with me by email or any other means if you've got questions on your term papers, if you're stuck, if my feedback on your outlines was not what you wanted to see. I am around. I am available all the time. My email is up during business hours, and I'm checking pretty frequently outside of that. So please stay in touch through this time. I want you all to succeed. I want you all to do well. And I want as many of you to get A's as possible. And a lot of you are doing really well in this course. So let's just stick through the next 4 weeks. I know it's hard. It's weird for everybody. Let's just bring it home and do a good job and get this behind us. So good luck to everybody. Please stay in touch and talk to you soon.